Welcome to a brand new live hangout with Ace and Rich Freedom of Design Hot Seat Coaching Call.
That's right, that's right. Every week we get to meet with our team members and their team members who are VIP members of our private coaching, and we've offered them our support every single week to get them unstuck.
Well, here's the thing, guys. We had great success by doing this, that we wanted to bring it out to you, to the public as well. So if you're watching this video and you're hearing something or maybe a question that resonates with you, leave a comment below this video. It could be on Facebook, it could be on YouTube, it could be pretty much be anywhere. And you know, ask some questions as well. Cause we, you know, you never know, we can make a video on your question and give you some answers.
Exactly, and if it's your first time here on our channel, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can keep getting access to Ace and Rich and all of our good training and tutorials for you.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
All right, guys, so let's get started. We got some members here and we want to help them get unstuck. So we're going to start off with, let's see, from left to right. And I see Chris. Angie's not there, though. She's sleeping.
She's sleeping, right?
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Hey, Chris, all the way in Spain. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, excellent. Yeah. Thanks, you're loving it.
Loving the blog, man. It's looking beautiful.
Yeah, it's getting there, mate. I've been looking up site maps, like you told me to do.
Excellent.
Checking them out on Fiverr and all that, but there's quite a few things that they want to know on there, which I never even knew what a site map was, to be quite honest, mate. So I don't know how to answer the questions that they want. So
no worries, because we can get together one-on-one, and what I can do is know those questions. I can help you answer them. That way you have the right proper information. You get that site map set up. That way Google will see your website on the search engines.
Exactly, and this is a good point for those of you who are watching us live. If you have a blog and you've been wondering why you're not getting visitors to your blog, it's probably because you don't have it properly set up with a site map. So make sure that you do the site map so that way it does get indexed and it gets seen when you start posting and publishing your posts and articles. Exactly,
and one of the real good plugins that we use is Yoast SEO plugin. Really phenomenal, it's helped us a lot with our rankings in the search engines, and like still to this day, we're just getting traffic and leads and sales coming through pretty much on autopilot. We just right now, like once a week or something, we're getting content.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, once a week now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We used to write content like every single day, and now it's like
kind of like
what the man is now. We got more selective on our keywords.
Yeah, chill out a little bit.
Yeah, figuring out like what's getting the most traffic and things like that. It's really not about blogging every day, and I realize this. In the beginning, it is about blogging every day, and everybody just can make sure that you mute your lines.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Love you, Chris.
Not you, Chris. Not you. It's your turn.
Yeah. So basically, you know, when it comes to Google and the search engines, in order for them to see your content, you've got to set up things properly, and you got to make sure you have a sitemap set up. So that way, Google spiders can crawl to the website and see a sitemap. That's how it reads your website. And once it reads your website, it can actually crawl and see your post. And then with that post, I can be indexed in the search engines. Now, like I was saying in the beginning, you want to be able to blog every single day. Yes, I'm going to harp on this for a little bit. When you have a brand new website, you got to really hustle and work your butt off in the beginning. I mean, seriously. We're talking, we've been blogging every day for like 6 months straight, nonstop. And even after that, we can continue being
we literally
consistent.
grind. We did 2 blog posts a day for some challenges that we actually participated in because we had 2 different blogs to run.
Right.
But even that is grueling in its own, so we dialed it down to just doing like 1 blog post a day, and then it started finding its own frequency, and then we started doing like 3 blogs a week.
Yeah, now we can just do it like once a week now.
Yeah.
Because we're very selective of the keywords that we choose because our domain has aged that we don't have to blog every single day like we used to.
Exactly.
And we're looking at more quality content, not quantity. But in the beginning, I want you to think quantity because you got to show Google that you're going to be around for the long haul.
Yeah, and that you got some meat of content out there that's unique, original, not duplicate. It's all your own voice.
Exactly. Exactly, good point. And once in a while we could do another challenge for 30 days, right? And we just do that to just ramp things up, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, Chris, as far as like the sitemap and everything, anything else going on with the blog at all you want to talk about?
Not at the moment. We're moving all this week, haven't we? So since last week, we ain't had much chance to do much. Really makes, we've been backwards and forwards, moving everything and all that sort of stuff. Been doing the emails, sending the emails out daily and whatever. And that's about it, really, mate. I signed up for a couple of other affiliate programs that I already use.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's been about it, really, mate. Just doing a lot of learning on Facebook and stuff like that, because Facebook's the way to go. And a couple of live videos.
Yeah, live videos. Yep, that's good. Live videos also get to put up, personal quotes. We do that as well. Once in a while, I'll put in like my own quote that I create, on my own. But mostly, it's always other people that that have success, and like Jim Rome and things like that.
Les Brown.
Les Brown.
Mm-hmm.
All the greats. We always put like quotes up there too. So live videos, good quotes, and and we don't even have to do a live video every time, as well. We do. You can
share other viral videos, like those motivational videos and success videos. Those are great, engaging pieces of content that you can share and use.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's related too, because this is all about success. So I mean, that's a good idea. And like I said, you don't have to do like live video all the time. We don't. We actually do like a recording of a video, and that recording of the video will do like a 1 minute long mentoring tip of the day, things like that.
Which we still got to put up.
Yep. We still got to put up.
Yeah.
And it's important because when you keep that consistency going, especially with a platform like Facebook, it gets more reach. And I noticed this too. If you keep grinding on Facebook, if you keep putting content out, especially videos, super powerful, especially on the fan page. We like to share from the fan page directly to our timeline, right on our personal. It gets more exposure, and we get connected with more people.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we like to do, and it's been a blessing, we like to follow up with our likes. So every like that we get on Facebook, we connect with those likes. Literally personal, one-on-one conversations has been phenomenal. What's been happening just with that strategy alone. Yep. So it's working out really great. So just, Chris, make sure you keep focusing on putting content out there every day, video. Put a personal, get like a little schedule going, right? In the morning, I like to put personal development, inspire people, just like our emails, right? And then in the afternoon, we will put out like a video and share our thoughts on something. They can see you, and that builds up the credibility as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, Angie's doing the likes side of things, and that's her department. But yeah, she's connecting with people, and people are getting back to her and that. So yeah, it's all good there. So.
Awesome.
And, if anybody on here wants to check out our website, it's chrisandandyseals.com. Just got to put that little punt in there since it's on you.
Well, we're all a family, so yeah, we can support each other.
Yep, and that's chrisandandyseals.com.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like their branding. They're really, really looking way better.
It's coming together. Yeah, it's really coming together. It's looking good. I mean, I love what I see, so it's awesome. It's all about building, and Gary Vaynerchuk said something about this. Being patient is killing your success. Okay? Being patient, not being patient. I mean, not being patient is killing your success.
Not being patient.
Yeah, so if you're not being patient in your journey, it's killing your success, because a lot of people are impatient and they're dropping off too quickly, and they're not willing to go through the grind and the learning aspect of growing their business. They're not willing to go through the dips and the highs and the lows, right? They're just, if they don't see results, they're just like,
ready to throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel. I'm going to go back to college or this and this and that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really more about having the patience. You got to set up your business properly. In the process of setting up your business, you're learning all that in the process of how to do it right. Okay? And not on top of that, once you set things up, you start to go through a pattern of learning, okay, so I got to write in a certain way so Google sees my content, for example, right? Is that going to happen the first day? Of course not. It's a strategy. It's something that you learn. You learn that aspect. You do that. A year down the road, you start having, people come to your website that never, ever existed before, which is amazing. Right? It's a great time to be alive in this digital era. I love it. you know. But if you put in the work, the more you put in, the more you get out, and that takes time. So just have the patience as you're building your business, because this is all brand new.
Definitely. I was talking to Jay Chen before we come on here. Me and Jay Chen talk every night. And I was talking to Jay Chen for about half an hour, 3/4 an hour, something like that, mate, wasn't it? And we were saying exactly the same thing. Like 3-4 months ago, we knew nothing. We come into online marketing, we knew absolutely nothing. You know, I didn't even have a mobile phone, you know, because I had a work phone with my work and all that. And from what I know now, from what I knew then, is amazing. And it comes down to you guys, you know what I mean? You're amazing teachers, so yeah, so it's great. And what I was saying to Jay Chan as well is, in 3 months' time, how much more we're going to know then, you know, and give it a year's time, you know, we'll be where you are, doing what you're doing. So.
Well, we're gonna keep guiding you along the way, and we're, you know, everyone, wherever they're at in their business, this is why we like doing this, to, you know, help people get unstuck. And we're going to guide you, so as you move forward and you get to another spot, you're like, okay, I've done this now. What is my next step? What is my next evolution in this digital economy, right? So what am I going to do next? And that's what we're here for. You go, okay, you've done this now. Let's focus on this, right? You got the blog set up now. Let's focus on optimizing the blog for the search engines. It's all a step-by-step process.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah. So following your lead at the end of the day, so.
Oh, there's a lot more to learn, and we love sharing. So.
I know you do, mate. Yeah, we love you too.
We love talking to you too all the time. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a question for you, Chris. And I want to know, how are you liking the running buddy system that we started?
Oh, it's excellent. Yeah, I know it's only supposed to be like 2 people, but in our group we've got 8.
Like a little word there, like
right. No, but that's
awesome.
That's awesome, because having more than one person in the group, you know, the masterminding, go in that group and learn and grow from each other is phenomenal. I mean, that's how I started in the beginning with me and Patty, and we, you know, back and forth mentoring together, and we learn so much from each other, and you know, the growth has just been phenomenal.
Oh, definitely. But before you even mentioned about running buddies, me and Jay Chan have been chatting for, I don't know, a good month or so now, pretty much almost every night, sharing what we're doing and both helping each other, you know, and we can see how that works, you know what I mean, how it helps each other and all that. And now we can pass that information on that me and Jay Chan have learned to the other people in our group, because everybody in our group all started beginners.
Exactly.
Yeah, they come into this. It weren't no one in there that had been doing it 3 or 4 years and knew what they were doing and all that sort of stuff. You know, we're all beginners, and we're all sharing now. And we set up a Facebook group on our own, a private group for us all, where we're sharing there, and everybody talks to each other. And they made me and Ange head of the committee, basically, so we're in charge of everybody.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's just amazing, you know, just make sure that as you're doing the running buddy system, make sure that you're asking questions as far as your results. Like, what was my results today? Okay, I've talked to, let's say you're connecting with people on Facebook. Let's say that's your strategy. How many people have you talked to? Like, if I'm your you know, your running buddy, I'm going to ask you, Chris. I'm going to say, hey, Chris, how many people did you talk to today? You're going to say, I talked to about 3 people. Okay. I talked to about 10 people. We got about 4 signups. Okay, well, how'd you get 4 signups? What did you do that was different from what I did? And that's how you really grow together, when you just bounce back and forth like that. Okay, so find out what the other person did if they're getting results, and find out how come it worked out for them and not for you when you get to that point, right? Or find out what you did and how come you figured something out that I didn't figure out. Am I missing something? You know, and this is what you got to do when you dig back and forth like that. And that's how you learn and you keep growing and you're finding out more different ideas. And before you know, you look back and go like, wow, I've come a long way. You know, and then you keep excelling and excelling and excelling, which is really cool.
It's one combined mindset, isn't it? You know, everybody together, all sharing what's working, what ain't working, and I recommend it to everybody. You know what I mean? If you haven't got a running buddy or running buddies, get some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Especially
mastermind.
if, you have things going on that you think, well, this is right, what I'm doing, but then you talk to somebody else and they say, well, actually do it this way, you know, because it works better and all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a very good idea, that, and we're up for that. So.
Well, this is the kind of community that we're building. It's all about being transparent and growing and helping each other, but also helping the new people that come on board. That's very important.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that's about it for me, mate. So I've just been doing the courses, signed up for some affiliate programs that we actually use in our business anyway, you know what I mean, some of the tools that we use. So yeah, and start promoting them and what have you. So
Yeah,
so, yeah.
that's a very good point that you said, that you signed up for the affiliates of the tools that you use, because I think everyone who's involved with digital marketing should be an affiliate of the tool that they use, so that they can be able to share it with other people that they work with.
Yeah.
You know, and that they can sign up through their affiliate, and that will help them, you know, be able to put the money towards their marketing.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's all about, you know, it's like a funded proposal, right?
Yeah.
As you're building your list, you want to also find ways of, you know, creating income that you also fund your marketing. There's a little time, but once you get it down, it just starts to just a big spiral. It just keeps going round and round.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome, Chris, man. Thank you for coming out today.
Great job, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Love it every time.
Always, man. Always
Awesome.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
All
we're appreciate you too, mate. You know that. All right, take care, guys.
All
Take
right,
care,
Chris.
bud.
So we have next up, coming up, Jay Chan.
Jay Chan.
Unmute yourself. You're in the hot seat.
Welcome.
Are you unmuted?
Unmute.
Now we can.
Unmute.
There
Okay,
you
now unmute.
go.
I had a hard time to find the unmute button here.
Awesome. So how you doing, Jay Chan?
No. And before you started this webinar, Chris and I talked to each other about 30 or 40 minutes about every day we are talking to each other. Maybe every day, like running body, you recommended it, but we have been doing without that. But that was a great idea. So we made the 8 people all together a running body system, and we are helping each other. And we talked about, before we started this about 3 or 4 months ago, we didn't know anything about this one. So we, on Skype, we are sharing sharing the screens to each other and helping each other. So while we are doing that, we realized we didn't know that 3 months ago, you know,
Oh, yeah.
about the Skype. That. So 3 months ago, I didn't do that, but now I'm using this computer and Skype. I'm in South Korea and Christian in Spain. We are sharing the screen each other every day and talk to each other. It is awesome, you know, amazing. Even though we are not, making sales every day, we are, making friends here every day and talk to each other. That around the world. It's amazing, you know. So today, Chris talked about affiliate link about Aweber or AWS Pro Tools or ClickMate, something like that. So just I got about 20 minutes before I start this webinar. So I quickly made the Aweber affiliate link to my website today. So that is what I did today. So we are having like each other like this one. He inspired me something and I do that. And I inspired him something and he do that. Like I made a video about sharing, screen flow, like a screenshot, and I'm like that video. And he made that because of me. He told me that. I inspired him. So that is a good about the running body system. Okay.
Yeah, it helped me a lot in the beginning when I was new and I didn't know anything. Just getting going, just learning, meeting Patty. We were both new, and we basically learned from each other when things were hard because things were foreign to us because we didn't understand anything about marketing. We were totally green, and we would bounce ideas off each other, and we would go through the headaches, and then we would grow from there. And then we would look back and go, wow, look how much we've learned. She would tell me, look how much we learned, Rich. You know, it's phenomenal. And it's just, you know, I look now and look back and just like how time flies, but all the knowledge that you gain is priceless. You can't put a price tag on that.
And it's so early too for you guys. It's only been 3 months, and you guys are just like ramping it up. You guys are getting so much knowledge, so much skills, like fast. But you guys are learning, and that's the beautiful thing that I'm so happy to see you guys grow. You know.
Yeah, and don't forget, you know, I mean, I'll mention this again. You know, the new co-op that we have, you know, with buyer traffic, it's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be ridiculous.
In a good way, ridiculous.
Yes.
Because I understand this type of traffic. That's why I did it, because I understand what buyer traffic is all about, and I took a leap. I took a leap of faith, because you know I studied this strategy a long time ago, and I learned how to find the right type of traffic before, and it's a lot more work, but to have it done for you on automation is, you can't put a price tag on that either, you know. And having someone that's more professional with copywriting, actually doing the follow-up and all those different things, it's like, it's unheard of in this industry, completely unheard of. So I'm excited. I mean, what's going on and where we're going, where we're heading, I'm very excited, and you know, I want to take everybody along with me. You know, everybody here, I want to take them with me. You know what I mean? I want to keep sharing knowledge. I want to keep helping them grow, and we want to definitely teach you more, so you keep growing and learning and understanding how to generate your own leads and your branding and all the important things that go on with internet marketing. It's so important, and that's why you guys are here. You know.
And the important thing is, you know, I have no sales for 1 month until now. So, but I feel like it comes sometimes, no sales, and sometimes it comes. But when I don't have any sales, actually my motivation is coming a little bit down and down. Actually, it is. But the one thing I'm doing that is process is I decided to the specific time every day. I am focusing on the online marketing. So I'm doing it every day. And one thing more is like you scheduled this kind of webinar once a week. I mean the scheduled. So I try to attend all the webinars. You know, even though I don't like feel something, but it is, I know it is very important to attend this kind of things regularly, you know, consistently. So I don't go down too far. You know what I mean? So I'm stable here, and I'm going all I think. So it is important.
Let me say something about that, because I come from a marketing background. And in network marketing, we are taught to attend all events. Yeah. We must attend all events because there's a reason to attend every conference call, every event that is available, because those people are all the brightest minds in the industry, and they all have something to give. And if you miss one day, that could be that day that will make a difference, or a message that resonates with you that can make a difference in your business, and it can give you results in your business just from you being at that meeting. So just like the laws that we have in the back of the company, and we talk about those laws, attend all events. That's what that means. So you doing that, making the sacrifices, making the attempts, and being punctual and always showing up on time for your business, you're not doing that for us. You're doing that for you. And that's what's benefiting you. So definitely great call on that.
Let me give you an example about a little bit about mindset when it comes to this industry and success. Okay, what happens is we tend to let our emotions dictate our results. That is the last thing that you want to do, because when me and Patty got together back in the day, and Patty knows this, we didn't make no sales. We were just learning. We made no sales for the longest time.
She's cracking up. You see her over there.
She's laughing. I know she's laughing. But what we did, we kept showing up. You know what Anastasia's talking about. We kept showing up to all our company events, our webinars, and everything. Why? It kept us motivated, it kept us inspired, and it kept us people that were connected that were doing it longer. And the only reason why they have success is because they've been doing it longer. That's the only reason why. But see, here's the thing. You know, with internet marketing, when you start building a list, it's in the young stage, right? You're just building a list. You're just starting to get to know how to build a relationship with that list. Numbers are still small. The reason why we get sales popping into our list sometimes is because our list is over 5,000. And that's still small. You know what I mean? So just to let you know, we never stop. Just because our list is 5,000, we still consider that small. Every day, that's why we generate leads every day. We never stop. Those leads are coming in, day out. But how do we get to that? It took us at least a year just to get a little bit of leads coming in. Yeah. But did we stop there? No. The following year, we buckled in, and we drove and just kept grinding. And now the leads started picking up. Now, here's an example again. Facebook. We started tapping into Facebook in 2016. And it's one of our focus points besides solo ads we were focusing on. And now we're taking Facebook to a whole new level. Now, how did we do that? We kept buying new courses. We kept studying and learning different methods of marketing. Right. And we found different golden nuggets from the different courses. And I shared one with you today. When you get a like and we follow up with these people, it's amazing what happens, right? And we only have like 800 likes, a little over 800 likes.
That's not that much.
Look at all these people that got over 10,000, 20,000 likes.
Yeah.
And we're making sales. Now, what happened when we went through a dry spell? It was about...
Yeah, we went through a dry
spell. Yeah,
spell.
like how long was it?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we didn't have a sale for a while.
A couple weeks.
Now,
yeah.
I could have been down, right? I could have been down. But the brain does play with your mind. It does. I won't lie. Like we think about it too. We're like, oh man, you know what's going on here? And then right away, my other mind shows up and goes, no, just keep doing what you're doing. 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 Then what happens is a trickle pops up. Then a few more popcorn kernels pop up. Right? Remember the popcorn effect? Right? So we still go through it ourselves. The only difference is we've been doing it longer, and we've learned through experience how to handle those emotions when they come along. Because they will mess with your mind, and they will mess with your head.
Especially with beginners.
Yeah.
Beginners in internet marketing, you guys don't know what to expect. But when someone like us as your coaches tell you that this is what's going to happen, be prepared. Things are not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Things are going to mess up.
Yeah.
You're going to have problems with systems. You're going to have a problem with your marketing. You're going to fail.
Yeah.
But you're going to fail forward.
Yeah.
You have to learn from your failures, learn from your mistakes, and find those problems by discussing it with your running buddy, and then you guys exchange each other's problem areas and solve them yourselves.
Yeah.
That's how you'll be able to move forward.
Yeah.
You couldn't do this by yourself.
No.
You couldn't.
No.
Don't let anybody lie to you. The only way people can grow in a company is if they work together.
And stay motivated. It helps people stay motivated and inspired. Still to this day, I still talk to Patty. Patty knows. We still share ideas. Even when, you know, we're not making sales, or it doesn't always have to be because you're making sales. It's all about when you have an idea, you share it, and then you find out how come that worked for you. Like, I'm due to talk to Patty again. And when I talk to Patty, you know what I'm going to do? Patty, look what happened. Look what we did. This is the reason why this is happening. And we're going to share everything with Patty and tell her why. And she's going to share with me why she's getting results. And then that week I didn't get results that she did, she'll share with me, well, this is what I'm doing now. My open rates are getting bigger now. I'm getting more clicks now. My emails are getting more engaging now. Patty, how are you doing that? And she'll share it with me. See, we help each other. Right? This industry is based on helping each other and growing. You know? But don't let the emotions dictate your outcome. Okay? Write that down. Write that down. Okay?
And I think this is great. I mean, I got coaches, 2 coaches, you, and I got running buddy, 8 running buddies, but especially Chris and I, every day we talk to each other and sharing the ideas and results. So it is very great. I'm very grateful to Chris and you, 2 of you. And so one thing, you know, I looked up my available account and find out that about 70% of the lists didn't open up for 3 months. You know, it is I think 3 months from the start. I think this time I got 1,000 seed list about 3 months ago. So I just checked that out. How many people will not open that for 3 months? But I found out about 70% of the people didn't open up my list. I mean my email, not one email. So I decided to erase them all. I think this is the right decision. But I want to ask you, which your is? How about that? Or erase all that off. 70% of the list, right?
I agree. I agree. I did that after 2 months. I deleted all my people that didn't open my emails because that's going to help increase more your open rate as well, right? And
Yeah.
and when you get a C list, it's not like you're generating your leads. It's a C list that's important into your list. So it's more about that's why you do the bulk, right? Because we want to find out the people who are interested in your message, and they go to a separate list. And that separate list is the one that you build that relationship with. Because they raise their hand and say, hello, I'm interested, right?
Yeah, so I want to go with somebody who are interested in my email, not they don't open my email, so I want to erase them all. I waited for 3 months. I think that's enough.
That's
not
good.
No opens, and I erase that.
Get them out.
Delete that.
I want people to live rent free.
Yeah, get them out. Get them out.
Ain't nobody
Bye.
let
Yeah,
them go.
let them go.
You victim.
Yeah, just let them go.
Yeah, so I decided to do that. So I have been erasing. So I want to know, there's one way to erase them all easily. I found like I clicked it, and there's 1,000 people that I didn't open, but I'm doing like a click that 20 people here and erase that 20, erase that one. But do you know how to erase all them up in one time?
Erase the.
How to?
I've done it. I think I've done it the way you did. Actually, there's a way to make it longer. At the bottom, I think you can choose 100 at a time, right, Patty? Like when you delete your open on open rate, you could go at the bottom and choose 100, and it'll be 100 at a time.
Oh, not 20. You can choose 100.
Yeah, like at the bottom,
Okay.
right? Yeah, just change the column over to 100, and you'll get a lot more.
Okay, then I can do just 10 and erase just 1,000. Okay, I do that.
You'll be there for a while if you do 10 at a time.
I'll buy the list. I got 3 months, and I'll bye.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hear you. Well, Jay Chan, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate it, and I'm gonna start making this more of a regular time slot and a day, the day after next week, because next week will be my last week of all this crazy scheduling, and then of course
Well, Rich.
part time. I'm working a few days a week, and I don't need to work full time anymore. People tell me I can quit, you know what I mean? But I like what I do, you know what I mean? I like giving back to the community and stuff like that. So it's a mindset. All right, so let's move on to the next person. Jay Chan, thank you once again for coming out.
Thank you, Jay Chan.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much, all of you.
All right, gonna bring out my girl Patty. Patty Sheeler.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Hey guys,
Test it out.
awesome as always. And I want to say, Chris and Jay Chan, I'm so glad to hear that you guys are running buddies. I can't tell you how important that is. Rich talks about it all the time. Rich and I have been running buddies for a very long time. And even Ace and I, we've worked together closely well over a year. We ran webinars together on a weekly basis for a year. And we are always bouncing ideas off of each other and sharing. Gosh, I found this resource. Check this out. Ace and I love doing that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But it's really good to hear that you guys are connecting. And as far as those down days go, when you feel like, oh man, I feel like I just haven't had any sales in a long time, keep in mind it comes in spurts, and it always has. For over 10 years, you guys. Am I right? It comes in spurts. So when you're not getting those kinds of sales and busy with that, that's when you take the opportunity to really hone in on one of your skills, whatever it is, and really, really focus on it, because you have that time to focus at that point. Okay? Last week I shared with you guys that I was stuck with my soap series. And I wanted to share this with you because I had completed, as of last week, I had completed my 3rd soap set. Yes, it's true, my 3rd soap set. And I thought what I'd do is I ran a solo ad through it, so I would have some results. But the first soap series that I did, the first one, the open rate was at 19%. And I thought, man, that's not very good. So I wrote the 2nd soap series, and the first message had an open rate of 6.6%. Well, let's face it, that just really sucks. So it was back to the drawing board again, okay? So now I wanted to share with you guys this week. My first one is open rate is up to 31.1%. So I'm not giving up.
Now there it is right there. That's resilience right there, boy. I tell you.
And well, what it was is I finally just decided, relax and just be me.
Yes.
Write it because it's me. You know, the first one, just welcome them, you know, and tell them what to do. Tell them to whitelist my email. Tell them that they need to do that. Tell them to connect with me on my Facebook fan page, which, by the way, has gone up probably by 30 people in the last week.
Yeah. Yes.
And connect, and then I tell them step 3, go watch the video, and I send them right back to the sales page. So I tell them step by step what to do, and so far this is working well. I also had shared with you guys that the AM PM messages that I was sending out, that I have revamped my methodology there too. So I wanted to let you guys know, and it's still basically the same thing. The AM message is the one where I provide content.
Okay. Inspiring them in the morning, right?
Yeah, the one in the morning. That one is purely content. You know, story based. This is kind of what happened. This is why. This is the result. How I fixed it. But you know, and only at the end do I put one link in it, sending them back to either a sales page or some other affiliate program, like Chris was talking about. You know, we all have other affiliate programs that we do too, because they don't want to see the same thing every time. If they haven't opted in yet, chances are they're either waiting to do so, and you can remind them every now and then, but not with every email. And that's what I was doing in the beginning, and I think that's a big mistake. The second thing that I was doing now is I do a motivational quote for the PM message, and I personally put it on my photography, because photography is my hobby. So I'll put a motivational quote on one of the pictures that I took. I'll put some message in there about what it means to me, and then in the tail end, it very short, probably 2 paragraphs tops, and then the picture of the motivational quote, and then underneath that I'll put in there something in regards to the motivational quote itself, and a message about with a link in it, you know. I'm trying to come up with an example here real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, the chainsaws. It's really loud.
It's not too bad.
Okay, good. So, but the key is that people are loving it. I'm getting people commenting back on them a lot on the motivational quotes, which is awesome, because they can relate to that. And the same thing is, I'll put that same picture of the motivational quote on my Facebook fan page.
Beautiful.
I don't let AWeber do it because Facebook likes it better if you post yourself and not do it from another source.
Yeah, and you get a lot more engagement too.
You do. When I did last night, just kind of as an example, is I have where it's just a picture of the sky, okay? And it says on it, how you treat others says a lot about yourself. And so in that, I put in the message itself, I just put, this reminds me of a saying my mother used to say to me, treat others like you would like to be treated. I lived by this my entire life, and it's a very good moral to live by. So, and then I put the picture in, how you treat others says a lot about yourself. And then on the end, the call to action, if you'd like to be treated like you would treat others in your family, you can join our awesome group here. And I'm talking about the SAM group, because it's a big family.
And you're seeing more clicks on those motivations?
Let me take a quick look to see whether... yeah, I'm actually, it varies. Looking at the motivation versus the content, about the same amount of clicks.
Okay.
Interesting.
So what you're doing is, in the process, and you can tell this to everybody, is that you're basically training your audience, okay, your leads, your list, to actually click on the link. You're like, that's kind of like they're practicing, right? They're just clicking, and then they're clicking, and they're clicking, and one day they're just going to click through, and they're going to buy when they're ready, okay? And that makes a really big difference. So what you're doing is it's really phenomenal, and people need to understand that this works. If you keep doing this and you're consistent, people just keep clicking on your links, they get used to seeing your messages, and before you know it, they'll just end up buying. It happens every time.
Yeah, and I'm getting people to actually respond to those messages too. Like one of them was, what are you grateful for? And I talk about gratitude. And then in the end, I ask about what are you grateful for? And I've gotten tons of responses on that one.
And that's
so
follow-out list, like the vendors purchased and everything. And
yeah. But my open rate has gone from below 1% on my AM PM, and I was using the ones that Misha gave us, and I don't want to say anything other than they're not me. And that was why it wasn't working for me, is because it's not me. So once I switched it up and decided that, okay, I'm going to teach them a little bit about this marketing tip today, like how to get the deadbeats off your list kind of thing, like Jay Chan was talking about earlier. Yep. I did a short video on that and did an email on that, and that one got good response, but that's more me. And then the motivational stuff, Rich and Ace, I got that tip from you guys. And that has worked really well. And I've gone from less than 1% of open rate to an average of 4% plus.
Wow.
So it's really jumped. And that's within that time span was probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
So,
okay? It's taken a while for it to do. But, Jay Chan, like what you were saying, getting rid of the deadbeat leads, do that. Because, one, your statistics will be better. You don't want to pay for people who don't want to pay attention to you, which is key, because with AWeber, you're going to pay for more and more, yeah. So, and if you guys don't know how to do that, on my blog, I did do a video to show people how to do that. And I think I put it also in our group. Awesome. I think it's somewhere in our group, too. But... so, check that out. I do that on a monthly basis. Like this is the month of June ending. I'll go back and I'll look and see who has not opened in the entire month of May. And whoever hasn't opened, they're gone. They're gone. Because, huh?
But you do it in 30 days. You don't wait no longer.
Well, it's actually 60 days if you think about it.
Okay.
Okay, so I've given them 60 days, and if they haven't in the first 30 days opened it at that point or since then, they're gone. It filters out that way all of the people that are new on your list that may not have opened yet. You don't want to get rid of them. They just haven't had a chance to get to it yet, probably. But you don't want the people on there that don't open it, because They're just, you're paying for something you should be paying for, and they're not paying attention to you anyway. And I'd much rather have a very small list that is really a tribe of people who want to hear what I have to share.
And you're right.
And a huge list of people who don't care. You know?
Patty, you're right. It doesn't take much to try with a small list, number one. Two, I find it very interesting that when you were doing solo ads from different vendors, you know, the response wasn't there until you changed your method. And as soon as you change your method, you started seeing your open rates like increase like instantly. And you know what that tells me? That tells you people are really out there. They're really but they're looking.
Oh, that's the chainsaw.
That's a chainsaw? Oh my gosh, that's somebody like meditating out loud.
I'm sorry about that. They're cutting down like 80-foot trees. It's phenomenal to watch. They climb up the tree and limit as they go, and then they start cutting from the top and let it drop down to the ground, and the ground shakes. I mean,
oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, I just find it totally inspiring when you tell me that, because, you know, people say, like, oh, solo ads don't work. Okay, if they didn't work, people wouldn't be opening the emails in the first place. All this internet marketing stuff is all about people getting to open the emails, getting the click, and then pretty soon they'll buy. But you've got to warm them up. You have to.
Yes.
Mhm.
If you're out there every day, day in, day out, and you're inspiring them, giving them value. Giving value is, you know, you can give value in many different ways. Training them on like a video, like you're talking about Aweber. You know, giving them an inspiration when it comes to, you know, inspirational quote. You know, just saying, hey, hello, I want you to connect with me. I want to, you know, answer one of your questions, maybe that you've been stuck that nobody's been able to help you. You know what I mean? And they meet you in Facebook, and you have that one-on-one conversation. That's what it's all about. It's huge. So for me, listening to that, what you're telling me, I am totally inspired, and I'm just so happy for you, because it makes me like appreciate what we've learned with actual solo ad marketing, list building, and things like that. I mean, it's phenomenal. These people want to be inspired. They're at, you know, they're at the job that they hate. They're, you know, or on a commute coming.
Or they're struggling like crazy online and not getting anywhere.
Right, struggling,
struggling
because nobody's reaching out, and
not
maybe,
getting
you know, they
support.
spend a lot of money and nobody's actually, you know, say, okay, look, have you done this? Let's walk you through.
Raymond's going, yep, yep.
It's like all this stuff. But this is
We're here for you, buddy.
but the internet is changing, and you know it, Patty.
Oh, yeah.
It's going more towards like belly to belly, but more like virtual belly to belly. And people want to hear from you. People want to connect with you, and they want to have conversations with you. And that's where it's going. Back in the day, we could put out stuff, and yeah, sales could roll right in, no problem. But now they want to know that you're real, authentic, and they're going to be there to actually.
Well, otherwise, it's just all the noise that's out there online, like everybody else. It's just noise. And you start putting a personal touch to it, you stand out, because so many people don't do that. So I agree wholeheartedly with you. And I'm going to let you guys carry on. I just wanted to share that with you guys because it was good news. And thank you for your tips. I love it. I love having running buddies that help me out. So thank both of you very much. And
oh, Patty, you're
we love
very,
you.
very welcome. Very welcome.
Back at you.
You rock.
All right, let's hear Raymond.
All right.
Yeah, Raymond, you're up. Thank you, Patty.
Come on, Reagan.
Come on out.
Come on, Raymond.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Wow. Thank you guys for all sharing and being transparent in, you know, the stuck part. You know, I was sitting here writing down, you know, you talk about how important it is to show up to these webinars. Well, I had no idea that sitemaps existed. Listen, this is a gold nugget for me, because, you know, we think we got to grasp everything at one time. Well, you know, anybody that has any degree of any sort of education in any subject or anything in life has done it for quite some time.
Oh, so
if you want to master something, you've got to commit to it and do things that probably are out of your comfort zone, of the natural. Okay, so and also Jay Chan, hopefully I said your name right. It's don't let your emotions dictate your outcome, you know, and when you said that, Rich, that really resonates with me because I have a tendency to do that exact same thing. So, writing stuff down like that, and it makes us more aware of when we get in that mode to say, you know what, okay, what's my next best thing is to get in a book. Get in a book. I'm reading .com Secrets right now from Russell Brunson.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, there is there is so much value there in that book that really. I got the book for free, for heaven's sakes.
That's awesome.
Okay? And anybody can get the book for free. You just got to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
So it's really priceless.
Show it. If you have it there, man, bring it up. Show it.
Well, yeah, I do. Actually, I do. It's right here. I keep it right at my side, and here it is, right here, and
Nice.
.com Secrets.
Beautiful.
And there, it's little things. Don't for me, I've got to break things down, and in my situation, I've had to focus on the things that I can do rather than what I can't. If it means just reading for 45 minutes a day, hour a day, taking a step back. Like right now, I'm doing a transition with my website, and I'm revamping everything. I've been trying to look for designs, sharing it, getting ideas. What's gonna make it, trying to brand it so that when I take people there, I want to make it inviting. So that when people say, wow, and to be able to say, I didn't have that before.
Yeah.
And if you'd have told me 3 years ago when I had a air mattress and my vehicle, which was then 13 years old, now it's 16, what would be transpired by today, I'm humbled by it. You guys put the actual rubber to the road. Okay, and help people get results when there's so many out there spinning and just not getting. This is my first time actually joining the co-op, but the results I've gotten is just by talking to people. And actually, I had a guy in a coffee shop that asked me what I was doing, and share with him, and it spiked an interest in him just by overhearing a conversation, a total stranger. And your enthusiasm, how you talk and how you present yourself, is so important because when you think people aren't listening, they're listening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they're watching. And
Yeah.
they're watching.
Yes, and they're watching, and the authenticity that you guys bring to the table. We're not used to that out in the corporate world. It's a all for one and one for all. Well, here I love it because there truly is authenticity, and there's people that are interested in your success personally, take personal interest in your success and what you achieve and how much you achieve. You just have to be willing to do the work, and that's what I love about this because I've always had a good work ethic, and now I have an opportunity not just to put that work ethic in motion, but to because I've needed so much help to give back to people in a magnificent way. And building relationships, it's important to me.
Oh yeah.
So showing up, and I haven't really started blogging just yet because I'm trying to get the designs and stuff right and put them in the right place. And
don't waste your time with if that's kind of setting you back a little bit.
Right.
What I've learned is just let the people who know how to do it just get it done for you. And just get it going, okay? We got a guy who did our branding for our Facebook timeline.
Yes.
He does blogs as well. And if you're looking to get some stuff branded quickly,
yes.
Let us know afterward. We'll get together. I'll share the links.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, do that, please.
Yeah. He'll make you look like
the bee's knees.
He'll make you look like the bee's knees, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Yes. Let's do that because sometimes I think, and you're exactly right. Sometimes you got to use your resources so that you can maximize your time. And I have an issue with that because it's a control factor.
Hand off the steering wheel, Raven.
I don't like taking my hands off the steering wheel.
Right.
Somebody driving traffic for me? What? I like driving my own traffic.
Right.
And even though it's easier to have that done,
Yeah.
it's a psychological thing. I just, I need to sometimes let go of things, and I realize that. And it was a work in progress for me for a while. I could outsource now with no problem. I would try to do everything with the blog myself.
Yeah.
I'm okay with letting it go now. I'm okay. Hey, you design it. You do my images. You
Right.
Go right ahead. Knock yourself out.
And then you're like, what else do I do?
Yeah. Like what? You know what I mean? It's like
that's what I love about this internet business is that when you learn that there are resources and you don't have to spend all your time spinning your wheels and this gain track. You're going okay. Well, I do have more time, and so golly, I mean, and I used to hate reading. I used to really dislike reading, but today, what's evolved is I've had to spend a lot of time reading, and what better resource to read about is developing a better character within myself.
Absolutely.
Especially after the hardships of just the health issues that I've had, and I know you've had them as well. When you go through something that's out of your control, you sort of have a different perspective on life, and I don't think that's a negative thing. I really think that we can use it to our benefit because we all suffer from something. If it's a loss, I just had a dear friend of mine that lost, and I knew his mom, wonderful lady, passed away of cancer. I mean, just really quick, and we're all affected. I mean, really, she was a cancer survivor, so we had a bond, as I am. Mm-hmm. And then to find out like a couple weeks ago that she had colon cancer again, and just in that short amount of period of time, life can be taken. So that helps me take motivation every single day in my business because, when you see people that are affected like that, that are slaving away at a job that they really aren't passionate about, it just helps, it helps me to stay grounded and how blessed and thankful that we are. And I don't know if y'all know this, but my girlfriend and I, she actually went off on her own to come in, and she came in as a pro, Susan, under me. So we're sort of tag teaming the business separately.
Nice.
And it's I think that's a wonderful thing because it's just we're going to be able to touch so many more people by doing that. And yes, it requires more work for the both of us. But I think that to inspire people to become more of their genuine self, it takes some going through hardships. It takes stepping back from life a little bit. When people are generous, I'm gonna tell you that brings a sense of humility to. It has brought that to me, but it's given me a passion at the same time to give back in a great way. Yes, money's involved, but the focus isn't on the money.
Mm-mm.
Money is a great tool. Money is a great tool, and that's the way I view money. Because when I used to work at a job day in and day out, I was chasing money, and it was all about the money, how much I could make to retire for the golden years, and then all of a sudden, just like that, it changed.
Yeah. You're not promised tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's why I don't know if you guys saw the quote that I wrote. I wrote a quote on the fan page. And it's so true. It's like, you are the architect of your existence, and you got to think about that really deeply. You know what I mean? And you don't want to arrive to your grave safely. You don't. You want to risk. You want to risk and have a more passionate, shorter life than a long, boring life, right?
Right.
And it's the ones that are boring that have the problems because they're just in it, day in and day out. Like I wrote something down that my hours are for part time, even though it starts next week. It's still kind of scattered. The following week is going to be solid. I already wrote what I want to do on my days off. Like what can I do for my health?
Right.
Because you can't do stuff for your health and focus on yourself when you got to rush to traffic to get to your job, and then you got to work at a job, and maybe you didn't bring lunch that day because you didn't go shopping or you're supposed to go shopping.
That's the reality.
And then all of a sudden, you're eating food that you're not supposed to eat.
Right.
You feel worse.
Yeah.
You're not being healthy. But if you have a business that you can build and you could, take time aside for yourself and say, you know what? Now I can create the ideal day that I want for my life. And I can say, this morning I'm going to get up, I'm going to go for a walk, or maybe a bike ride, or maybe I'm just going to get up, I'm going to read a book, or this is how I want my day to be.
Right.
I want to make my day on purpose, not because I have to.
Yeah, not just by habit, but the way you created it to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, by design.
By design, exactly.
And then you look at, like, you know, I see this with a lot of people, even when I'm at work. You know, they just can't comprehend because they're stuck. Let's talk about the matrix. They're just stuck in such a matrix, and I don't fault them for that because there's a lot of psychological barriers, you know, on how people grew up and everything. We can get into that.
Yeah.
But it boggles my mind that more and more people don't wake up and smell the coffee, right? Don't wake up and go, wow, I'm doing the same thing day in and day out, and I'm doing it for somebody else. I'm not doing this for myself.
Right.
And what's going to happen when Gary V, I watched the video. I haven't shared it yet, but I want to share this video. It's going to be very powerful.
Yeah,
and
he's awesome.
Gary V said that you should take like a community service and go to a nursing home and talk to elderly people who are on their way out. And he found out through every single one of them, the commonality was, did I do what I really wanted to do? I want to make sure that I did. And that was the number. That was the more commonality of what they were all talking about.
Right.
And if we could understand that, you know, and while we're still, you know, in good health, right?
Right. Yeah.
As long as we get up and we're still breathing, right? That's what matters.
Yeah.
We should be able to actually understand it and say, you know what? I want to do what I want to do, because at the end of the day, it's not going to matter.
Well, you're right. You're exactly right. And I think so many people are worried about losing what they have, and that's where when you see I don't no longer call this an opportunity. This is a profession. I call this a profession because an opportunity can come and go. Okay, right. This is something that I'm here until my last breath, because I'm going to try to make.
I use.
Yeah.
I will be doing this to my last dying breath.
Yes, and you know, this is what my old self would say. I'm working, I retire, and then, you know, whatever you do when you retire. Well, this is it. This is when you're excited and passionate about something, you do it because you love to do it. You don't do it because you have to do it. And you wake up and it's like you have a whole new energy of life. And you know, it doesn't mean that you don't have struggles of every day, the reality of things that do happen, that come, you know, that occur, but it means that you have a little more flexibility, and you know, gives you desire. And it's like, okay, well now, man, you know, our traditional way of life is the way the education system is working.
Right.
You know, I feel sorry for the kids that are going through it now, but literally I don't, because, you know, they have the same opportunities we do. It's a matter of, don't let other people make your decision if they don't pay your bills.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like my son said. I want to add this about my little 9-year-old. Since most of us here are parents, my 9-year-old was told by a friend, a young friend, that he has to wait till he's older to have a YouTube channel. And my son, being around us for so long and growing up in an entrepreneurial family, says to this kid, why do I want to wait till I'm too old to have fun? I can do it right now. My parents already are digital marketers. They can teach me, and I can go to Hawaii and don't even have to worry about anything. I can learn right there. And I'm 9 years old right now. That means by the time that I am 10, I already have enough education under my belt that I can create my own YouTube channel successfully without having to worry about waiting till I'm
in training.
22.
No. That is so smart, because right now he is a sponge, and he won't have to deal with the mental aspect of how we, you know, perceive things.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I mean, you know, it's almost like when you first get into the profession, you got to go backwards. You got to go backwards.
You have to learn.
Brain. Where he is just starting out, he is training. He is.
He's doing it. Oh
You
my God,
guys
Raymond.
are training him.
He is doing it every day. I hear voices coming out of the room.
Oh my goodness.
I see Angel, and that's my son's name.
He's practicing.
He's practicing. He's like, hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to click the link below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm like, this little 9-year-old is not watching Sunday morning cartoons. He's over there doing YouTube.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I told him, I said, I'm going to put you through training. I said, I want you to practice, and I want you to practice for a whole month. I want you to get in the flow. Once you do that, I'm going to set up a YouTube channel for you, and then we're going to start recording you.
And it's amazing how the child is obedient and be able to listen to that, whereas we try to talk to some adults, and they fight it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they fight it. They really, really fight it.
Yeah. So no, this is definitely a good conversation because you know, a lot of people deal with these things, and I see it every day. I still go to work, right? So I go to my job, and the funny thing is that I'll say, hey guys, how you doing, man? I'll come in like I'm having a spectacular day, right?
Always.
My outcome, I'm always designing my own outcome. So I'm like, I go in there and I'm just like, hey guys, good morning. How you guys doing? Early in the morning, they're like, hey man. I'm like, I go, how you doing? He goes, living the dream. I go, no, you're not living the dream. You're living the nightmare. Keep it real.
Right. Yeah.
It's like they put this persona about themselves, like, yeah, I'm living the dream. Yeah, my job, I'm living the dream. No, you're not, man. You're living the freaking nightmare. Wake up.
Someone else's dream,
Wake
not
up.
yours.
Yeah.
So, but it's really weird because I got one guy that he said some things about me, like really bad stuff. He's like, oh well, he's going part-time, because he's doing his business now, and hopefully they'll get him down to 1 day a week, and he'll just quit. And I said, you know what I said? I said, let him put me down to 1 day a week. I will still show up that 1 day a week, and just do what I do. Okay.
Wow. You know what's sad, Rich, is he has a person right in front of him that you would be willing to help him get out of the situation he's in. And the critical part about human nature sometimes, he envies your situation. And a lot of times it's he wants what you have. And a lot of that is it's sad. It really is sad because it's available to any one of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm no different. You're no different to anybody. You've just made yourself available to the information and have taken action.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is that he'll be stuck miserable for the rest of his life, and hopefully it doesn't take a tragic accident for him to wake up and realize what life really is about.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you're right. Sometimes it comes to that point when people, wake up. Unfortunately, but I mean, like you said, yeah, I would still help him. I don't even care what he said. I still would reach out. But people have decisions. I mean, they can work. They can work on themselves, or they could just, play a game for hours and hours and hours. And I've done that. I've been on the computer.
They could trade in Slick Rick audios like back in the day for Jim
Rohn. Well, yeah, right. Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, and most of you don't know this, but for a while I was a really hardcore gamer. Like we're talking like World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
This game has like gotten so many divorces because it was like a virtual world, and you would go into this, and I was out in. I mean, we're talking massive game, massive online role-playing game. I would go to a boat to go to a different continent. It would take me a while to get to, right? And when I finally got there, I'd be in another country, right?
Oh my!
And I would literally spend hours and days and weeks and months. And one day I find myself in the field. And of course, we got to mine for gold, right? So we get more loot. And the more loot we get, the better armor we get and stuff, right? And all of a sudden, I'm mining for gold, and I'm thinking to myself, if I put my mind to what I'm doing right now to something else, I bet I can make some real money. And not just mine, fake gold. You know what I mean? That's how it started. That's how it started.
Wow.
So I go online and I start searching online, in video, and then I start seeing these people talk about making money and going, online. They're living a different lifestyle and other stuff, and I'm like, I knew it. I freaking knew it, man. I knew this existed.
Yeah.
So that's how I was introduced to it, just by that one thought. Because I was just a gamer for weeks and months and years, and that's all I thought of.
If somebody would have asked you, came up to you and said anything about marketing online, but man, I don't have time for that. But you were ready. You were ready at that time, and that's why online marketing is so powerful, because you're dealing with attraction marketing with people. You put the right opportunity in front of the right person at the right time, and they're going to take action.
Not only that, but your message, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You do so many different kinds of message in your email, and when you hit that email at the right time, the right message, the right person, the right moment, because let me tell you something. I was on this, her name is Maria Andros. I was on her list for a whole year. A year. You think I took action immediately? A year.
Wow.
A year later, I signed up when I was ready. When I was dealing with some BS in my life, and I said, you know what? I had enough. I had enough. Pull my wallet out. I'm getting in. And then I sold some stuff to go to the higher ticket, right? The higher level.
Right.
And I made that commitment, and I did that. And that's how it started for me. So when you think people are not listening to your emails or watching your emails, they are. They just want to see how much you're going to show up.
Right. Yeah, commitment. Yeah. You're right.
Every day I got emails going out. They don't stop. Like every day, like right now, tonight, I got to set up a broadcast for tomorrow again.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like day in and day out. I'll put my stuff on autopilot, but then I'll pause it and then I'll broadcast.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they're getting it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I think
celebrity persona about yourself, because your authentic self comes through social media, and social media is powerful. So by you coming on video, being transparent, sharing value, being just your authentic self, you will resonate to other people. And like you said, your girlfriend joined, she's going to resonate to other women.
Yes.
Right.
Start making a women's movement, and you don't know what she can create, And so people resonate with different people. So that's what makes people make that celebrity persona, because then one day you might whip up the Skype and go, hey, guess who it is? It's Raymond. They go, Raymond! Oh my God! I'm talking to Raymond!
It's just me, that's it. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
And that goes to what Misha was talking about, the attractive character.
Mm-hmm.
Once you learn that skill set about the attractive character, you build your attractive character around, in your niche and what you're doing. Like look at Mark Harbert, video marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He builds attractive character around video marketing. So these are more advanced skills and things to learn. But that's why there's always so much more to learn and to grow. And this is how we become better at what we do. People look at our brand, Freedom by Design. People think like, oh, Freedom by Design, beach lifestyle. No, Freedom by Design to us means, creating inspiration through education.
Right.
Because when you have that, then you can design the freedom that you want.
Wherever
if it's like going to the beach, visiting family that you can't afford to go fly to meet because you haven't seen them in a while.
Right.
Simple things in life that people just really care about. Everybody is different, so you can't just say that everybody wants the beach lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right?
Or they want the luxury car lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
Planes and the chauffeur and the limo. They don't want that. There are people out there who just want the simple things.
They
in life.
want
that more time.
Right, but they have to start with the education in mind to learn the skill sets so they can start designing their own Freedom by Design.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this has been great. Yeah.
This is awesome.
All right, so we lost everybody here. Wow.
I know it. I'm sorry.
Because everybody's in different parts of the country. We got South Korea here, and we still got Spain hanging on. All right, Chris, thank you so much for hanging on. He's enjoying it. Look at him smiling. He's got that Guinness. You don't got that Guinness there, do you?
No,
I haven't. No, I've got juice.
Yeah.
I got water today, buddy. Take it a day off.
Taking a day off.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm mute now.
This is really This is why we love doing this, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's like we usually sometimes have like a lot of people, a little bit, it just varies. And it's, to us, it doesn't matter. It's just getting the message out there. And plus, this is public, right? We want everybody to have the value.
Yep.
We don't want to hoard anything. You know, when you hoard things, you don't go anywhere. You don't grow.
And that's what I was talking about, yesterday, my mentoring tip of the day about having a big ego. You know, it doesn't serve you well.
Drop the ego, give the value.
That's right.
Exactly. Well, things are changing too. More people want to be connected
They want.
to more transparency, more authentic self. Hey, if you're not making a sale that day, share it.
Yeah. And those of you who are watching, live right now, if you're struggling, if you just caught on and you just tuned in and you heard about Ace of Rich for the first time, definitely reach out to us. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and spinning your wheels, being left in the dark, no support, nothing, no real coaching, and you're just tired of being upsold to.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. It ain't gonna help unless you make a move and you actually reach out to us and talk to us, because I'm telling you, the people here that you see, their lives have changed, and your life is the next one that needs to be changed. I'm telling you, if you want it bad enough, you'll do what you got to do to get it.
Yep, exactly. And even if you have any questions, even if you're stuck somewhere, and maybe you've been trying to do this for a while, and you like what you're doing, and we respect that.
Absolutely.
Just reach out and say, hey, listen, I've been doing this, and for some reason I'm stuck. I don't understand it. I can't move forward. Let us know. Reach out to us, and we'll definitely mentor you and help you out. Okay. So with that being said, guys, this has been.
What time is it?
What time is it? 7:25.
Woo! This is going to be an archive.
All right, guys. So
5 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be out, guys, and thank you for stopping by the Ace and Rich Hot Seat Coaching Call.
Thank you so much, Raymond. Appreciate
Live
you,
hangout.
man. Thank you for being here. Mwah.
Thank you. Love everybody. Take care.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the great work. And I got to get that book.
Yeah, you
I gotta get that
got
book.
series. Definitely post that link in there so we know where to get
Yeah,
it.
I got to get that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
because I follow all the time. Oh, I follow him, and I don't have his book. And I have some courses of his, but I don't have that book. I need that book.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys. So we'll see you.
Sorry.
And we'll send you the link to getting your branding done.
Okay. Awesome. Yes.
What is it?
But what was the name of that book again?
It's .com secrets.
Russell Brunson.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Russell Brunson.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. I got a few courses from him. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
And also Misha learned from him too.
Misha was a nurse from him too.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, that book is going to be a godsend, no doubt.
Yes. Yes.
All right, everybody. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap, guys. We'll see you next week.
All righty.
We'll find out.
We post it inside the academy, and all the students will be able to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the week after next week is when I'll have my set schedule, and we'll be able to do it every single week, same time, same channel, and it'll be awesome.
All right, everybody. Have a great evening.
Take care, guys. Thank you for stopping by. See you next week.
Bye. See you later, Raymond.
Bye, Chris.
Take care, Chris.
Bye,
So
Chris.
smart, mate.
Bye, Patty. I know she's gone.
Bye, Patty. Bye, Jay-Chan.
Love you guys.
Take
See you
care.
later.
You too, man.
Jerry was on, but Jerry disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, take care.